the All Progressive Grand Alliance, where the national chairman, Chief Sylvester Ezeokenwa, has assured supporters of the party that Apga would actively participate in all the off-season elections slated across the country, despite its internal leadership crisis. He declared that the party was prepared to participate in the forthcoming local government elections across the country, urging all members to be ready to participate in the elections. The party therefore urged the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, and the respective state independent electoral commissions across the country not to succumb to the antics of a Dozie Njoko-led faction to recognize strangers as Apga acting state executives or representatives. So the rots in Apga is beginning to show from the leadership. They said when you want to identify a fish that is getting spoiled, it starts from the head. And now we are seeing a situation where Apga is informing their members nationwide that they are ready for elections nationwide in all local government elections, that Apga must field candidates in all the local governments, 774 local governments in Nigeria. But he is still putting a caveat there that you should be careful with knowing who is in charge. I am in charge, not the Njoko-led faction. And with little investigations, we find out that the courts that pronounced the leadership of Apga that is holding sway right now did not, make it very clear enough so as to remove the issue of factional chairman. Why is Apga finding itself in this dilemma even towards the coming local government elections, and they want to survive as a party?
If you ask me, I will say that Apga is not yet ready yet for a contest. Because a house that divided against itself cannot stand. And the law, we can't build on nothing. There is a subsisting Supreme Court judgment, which they are seeking interpretation.
Yes.
That has not happened yet.
Exactly.
The man who is speaking now, his fear, he's already made his fear very known. Because there is that likelihood that INEC will support Njoko-led faction by the judgment of Supreme Court. Now, my worries. My worries is that all these people, sometimes, some of them are planted as stood in that political party, being sponsored from someone in another political party. When they see that this political party will become an option to someone that may be ill-treated in a ruling party, and they see that this person there is no likelihood that he may run to this other, so they plant the stooge there to strike the water of confusion there, so that he will not have opportunity to cross. If you look at our state, for instance, that is what is happening. That is what they are doing. I think that what is happening now in Apga is very clear that Apga will not go anywhere, because the soul of the party is in contest. Yes, the man that has the judgment may not be popular, but for now, he holds the cutlass on the head. And whether he like it or not, he may not have much of the support of the people. So if he may not have much of the support, so there will be apathy. And if there is apathy, it is to the detriment of the party. So that's why I'm thinking that Apga need to put their house in order. The early debate, our elderly people normally say, he who loses for a black gold, seek it in the daytime. All this way is just semantic. So if it's ready, we will know. They are not ready yet. If they are ready, they are supposed to resolve that issue in court. And you don't know when Supreme Court will give the interpretation. We don't even know. You don't read the mind of the court. How do you know that the court may interpret it to suit you? And if you do you have so much of time to gather your people and begin to,
Then we might be seeing a situation where there might be parallel executives both at the state and at the local government, because what stops Njoko from also setting up his own state executive council and national working committees?
It is not alien to our politics, including our state. Here we have, one political party having more than one office. It's like that in other states. So we know those parallel offices. We know the one that is legitimate.
Is the court not up and running to be able to interpret all this within record time?
Let me tell you. I don't know whether time will permit me. There is a story.
Please do.
Someone told me. He said a manager of a company was caught by the cleaner removing money from the CEO's drawer. And he begged the cleaner not to reveal it. And from that day, the cleaner became the manager. How did the cleaner become the manager? The cleaner will come to work by 8:30, and when the manager raises it, he say, if you worry me, I will, I'm the one who is still keeping you here. At a time, when he became fed up, he went to his CEO and reported himself to the CEO. He said, some time ago, something happened here. I was the one who was responsible for the missing money. I come to report myself because I have been dying in silence. Unknown to the cleaner that the manager has reported himself. So when he came, after the manager, he came to job, work very late that day. A manager scolded her, and he came to the director to report to the director what happened a few months ago. And the director told her, what were you waiting since then that he didn't come to inform me? He said, the man has come, I have forgiven him. Let me tell you, that is why in law we say he who come to equity must come with clean hand. And he who seek equity must do equity. You cannot come to equity when your hand is already, when you have soiled your hand. It will be very difficult for you to be bold. The moment Adam and Eve lost their ground with God, the moment they disobeyed God, all the animals in the garden began to be violent to them. Provided they are obedient to the law made by God in the Eden, the animals were submissive for them. The moment they became, disobedient, the animal also became disobedient. That is why we have wild animal today. So I think that is the problem. That is the problem. Anybody whose hand is not clean, who has skeleton in his cupboard, will be very difficult. It's just like somebody who knows that he's a fake lawyer and he's in court.
Exactly.
He knows how he raises his voice. Because people say when the flute makes too much noise, we probe the source of the tree that it came from.
So you are liking this issue to what's happening in Abia State, River State here. Could you expatiate a little bit?
As regards
what's happening in Apga, and you say that there's a likelihood that it might be occurring here also in River State.
No, the River State case is not too similar with Apga own, because it is one group that want to make themselves very lawless and to say what their recognition is for so and so person. We know that they are wasting their time. And even the man that they call Sack knew that promise cannot legitimize his position as the party leader. He knows. And that is why when people address him now, they don't address him as the party caretaker committee party chairman. He has lost that status.
That it can be appealed.
Yes, even though it's appealed. Let me tell you one thing that is going to happen in appeal. If he appeal, which I know by now he would have, he will first of all file for stay of execution. Court will refuse stay. The reason court will refuse stay is because there are grounds for stay to be executed, especially when they rest the issue in contest. Do not have the tendency to diminish. That is one ground that court will not grant stay. For example, somebody want to build on your land. And he has gotten judgment in the high court. If there is no stay of that high court judgment, he may likely build overnight. We have seen it happen. So court will, in that circumstance, court will grant stay. But in this situation where election is not coming up next month, there is that likelihood, except that this appeal court is compromised. That was what happened when Amewule and the rest went to court to stay the expected order of the state high court. And the court said no, it will preempt the proceeding because you are already before us. Let's take the two matters together and give judgment one way or the other. That is what is going to happen. He knows. He knows. And that is why I see some of them, playing to gallery. They know that the authentic party leadership of is a Emeka Beke. Whether the National Working Committee likes his face or not. And that is why there is also an attendant ex parte order too. They are very smart because they knew that the party wanted to throw them away by instituting another primary here. That was what happened. Why Supreme Court declared Amechi the governor of Rivers, because it happened to an Imo State man. They was either to reinstalled by the court before they came. They sacked him from the party, and court knew that Obasanjo who he is, that when he say he doesn't like you, he doesn't like you. So that was why the court instituted. They went beyond. Amechi didn't ask for this, or he said that he's the authentic flag bearer of the party. So what are we trying to say? The case of Apga and this way is not the same thing.
Yes.
If the other people have a parallel secretariat, it won't make any difference. Where the power is now is where Njoku is, because it has Supreme Court backing. Because that is the apex court of the land. If you don't like it, appeal to heaven.
Oh, very, very expository. All right, we'll move on to another issue right here before us.